All right. Today's review topic from earlier in the year is evaluating algebraic expressions. And please make sure you have your notebook ready so you can take notes and you can try the practice problems. All right, we need to talk about a little bit of vocabulary. Okay, and first of all, algebraic expression is something that contains numbers, variables, operations like adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing, but does not have an equal sign. Does not have an equal sign. That would be an equation. So I've got an algebraic expression here. 3x plus y over 2 minus 25. Let's go through a couple of review vocabulary terms. First of all, when I have a number and a variable right next to each other, or even two variables, that means I need to multiply those two together. Multiply those two together. All right. When I have a fraction like y over 2, a fraction is a division problem. It's the same as saying y divided by 2. All right. And a couple terms that are really important we struggled with a little bit. This number that's next to and multiplying the variable, that number paired up with the variable is called the coefficient. So the coefficient is not 3x, the coefficient is 3. Okay, and finally, this number, all by itself that does not have a variable, is called a constant. 25 is always 25. It stays that way. It's a constant. Okay, so some important review terms there. All right, a couple more things in terms of vocabulary, and I put the same expression up here. And I wanted to say that this expression has three terms. Three terms, all right? And those terms are the parts of an expression. So we've got terms, and terms are the parts of an expression separated by addition or subtraction. So there's 1, 2, 3 terms. Okay, and when we have an expression, we can't solve it because we don't have enough information. We can evaluate it, find the value of it, but only if we are given the value of the variables. So if I tell you what x is equal to and y is equal to, you can evaluate this expression. And we call that substitution. And what that means is we simply substitute the numbers that I give you in place of the variables. Okay? All right, and we're going to try a couple practice problems. We're going to try a couple practice problems. All right, and I told you up here to evaluate if a equals 3. Whenever you see a, my pen going here, sorry about that. All right, a equals 3, there we go, and b equals 10. Okay, so I'm going to substitute 3 for a, and I have 3.5 times a, so times 3, plus 7b means 7 times b, 7 times 10. Okay, now it's real important, this is a common mistake, it's real important that we remember to use order of operations. So I need to do my multiplying before I do that addition. Don't forget that part. Okay, so 3.5 times 3. Let's see, I think that gives me 10.5. And then I do my other multiplication. 7 times 10 is 70. And last step, add those together. If you're not using a calculator, don't forget to line up those decimal points. So I think my answer is 80.5. Okay, let's try the other one. B over 1.25 is a division problem. Okay, so B is equal to 10. So I'm going to do 10 divided by 1.25 plus 4 times whatever A is. So 4 times 3. All right, 10, and I have to do my multiplying and dividing first, whatever order I get them in. So the first one I'm going to do is 10 divided by 1.25, and that is 8. And next I do my multiplying. 4 times 3 is 12, and 8 plus 12 is equal to 20. Okay, substitution. Make sure you use order of operations. Okay, I hope this is all coming back to you. Okay, let's try a word problem. Let's try a word problem because those are important. Okay, this one says it costs $15.50 per hour to rent a scooter, and I told you that S stands for the scooter hours, and $22.80 per hour for a jet ski, and we represent that with J. Okay, I want the total cost, and I want 4 hours of scooter and 2 hours of a jet ski. So the first thing we're going to do, the first thing we need to do is actually write the expression that we're going to use to solve this. Okay, so I know that for scooters, whoop, sorry about that. I don't want the highlighter, I want the pen. Okay, for scooters, oh my goodness. Okay, that was kind of annoying. Let me get rid of that. Okay, and let's try this one more time. Sorry about that. Okay, I am not getting good cooperation here. That's because I didn't do that. Okay, here we go. Finally, 1550 times S, that's for scooters, plus 2280 times J for jet skis. That's my expression I'm going to use. Now I'm going to substitute, and my scooter is going to be for 4 hours. So that's going to be 1550 times 4. And my jet ski is for 2 hours. So 2280 times 2. Okay, and remember, we have to do order of operations, so I need to do my multiplication problems before I do any addition. And this first one, looks like it gives me $62. And 2280 times 2 comes out to 45.60. And the very last thing I do is add those together, and I get a total cost of $105.60. Okay, sorry about that mess up with the highlighter. All right, now I want you guys to pause your video, try these two, and in these I told you that X is 7, Y is 5. Okay, substitute those in and try to evaluate both of these expressions, and you can use a calculator. Then come back to the video and see how you did. All right, here are your solutions worked out. I substituted 7 for X and Y for 5, and I used order of operations. First one came out to 68.5. Second one, I substituted and again used order of operations, dividing and multiplying first, and then adding together, and my answer came out to 17.25. All right. Okay, make sure you complete the questions and submit the Google form for your classwork grade. And don't forget to do the practice problems that I'm assigning with the daily lesson. Those are for practice, but your Google form has to be turned in for your classwork participation grade. All right, thank you.